Unova 2 time, and I've never actually played these Kieran focused ones, so this is all new to me. As always, I'm playing on hardcore Nuzlocke rules with randomly picked Pokemon, unlocking a new one after each gym, but starting with 2, because everyone needs a friend. But hold everything, people, because I get to name my rival in this game, and I know just what to call him.
Huge ass! No, somebody check the men's room for a huge ass!
I'm huge ass.
Anyway, with that joke over, I race Mr. Jas to get my first Pokemon, getting some quick hit from Bianca before she shows me LingLing! Then, to prove his worth, LingLing crushes Gentleman Jas's Tepig to assert dominance. I then grab our first friend Jitway, the Tyrogue, and start our adventure, and we're immediately greeted by Alder rubbing up on us. Your Makuhito is one fine-looking Pokemon. I'll train you a little. Follow me. I feel like this is the type of interaction we need to be warning kids about. A cloaked man then kicks a soccer ball at me, and it's time to go to the first gym. And may I point out that Jitway learns no new moves? Ever? So it's gonna be LingLing soloing the first gym, as always. LingLing gets the free fake out damage before the Patrat sets up with Workup, and I set up with Focus Energy. A tackle then does way more than I expected, and we get the kill with an arm thrust. Lillipup comes in next, works up, and goes down to a Vital Throw. And that's the first badge. Neat. Bianca then gives us the return TM for winning, which is going to be much better than Frustration since LingLing loves me so much. And then we get to grab Yo Chien, the frisky toddler from the PC, perfect for the upcoming Poison Gym. I then teach my small child how to kick a man's beloved, but clearly not that beloved puppy, so that he'll move out of the way and then it's straight to... Oh, what do you want? Oh, Charon wants our attention just so he can strike a pose? Okay, thanks. The fashion show ain't till the electric gym. Jas Esquire then goes to pee in the bushes, and I again head off to the second gym.
You dim-witted, dense, dumb, daft, dippy, dorky, doltest, dipness!
Whoa, you kissed your mother with that mouth?
I've had it. I'm going to the gym.
Trust me, lady, bodybuilding won't fill the empty hole in your heart. Ooh, a silk scarf for LingLing to return in. Every day is the same. Since I'm also living that life at my desk job in the city, I feel you, bro. Oh, the TM for Thief? I've got plans for this.
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
Okay, the singing in this gym genuinely jump scared me, but it's giving off a lot of Scribblenauts vibe if that was also a part of anyone else's childhood. Also, I love how Roxy's gym theme is different because she's playing through it. Great touch. I get Yo Chien on the field, and since we're faster than the Coughing, and we can take a crit pursuit from the Whirlipede, I just click side beam 3 times and that's the gym badge. And don't worry, they won't all be this easy. At least the Gym 2 curse is broken. This does give me access to our new friend COTTO, the Driftloon, and we even get it with Flare Boost. Now she and LingLing can be burn buddies, and with access to the Magpies nearby in the grass, we can get the status condition whenever we need. I then get dragged to PokerStar Studios and demand that LingLing get featured as a star. What? I have to use rental Pokemon? A single hit to KO my Pokemon? You're pretty good, Raioli man.
Cut! I believe it was Dr. Seuss who once said, "With my hands should I clap? No, you're crap. You know what? You need more emotion. Emotional. How about you do it like your guests on the Jerry Springer show?"
Raioli man, why did you get my boyfriend pregnant?
Well, if his baby maker was intended for you, it's news to me.
Well, if Arceus intended for you to be loved, they would have made your face nicer to be looked at.
Well, if they intended you to be loved, it certainly wouldn't be from anyone but your diaper-wearing toddler.
You leave Volvo out of this.
What's happening, Daddy?
He might not be your daddy, dopey twerp.
Volvo, don't listen to what he says.
He only cares for you because he's legally obligated to.
My daddy doesn't even love me? What did you say?
Oh my Arceus, that was harsh.
Why would you say that?
I'm just trying my best out here. I'm gonna send you to the Poke Center in a coma.
Excellent acting, that's a wrap. Acting, huh? Oh, hi, Team Plasma. Oh, how I've missed your theme. This is not as good.
Yeesh, I hate it when people can't let things go.
Oh, I'm milking my hatred for your new battle theme this entire video and you can't stop me. Anyway, off to the big city. Oh, and reaching level 20 means Jietui is finally useful. Since he's got a minus attack nature, I had to pump a lot of attack EVs in him to get the evolution the randomizer demanded. Frisk. Oh, you're frisking me all over? You'll get along great with Yo Qian.
Hi. I love you.
And I love you, random citizen.
39 out of 40 Pokemon seen for the Eviolite? Oh, yummy leftovers in the sewers. If only they could be rotten enough to give LingLing food poisoning. And speaking of LingLing, since the level cap is high enough, he can evolve into Hariyama! Time to face Gym 3, Berg the Bug Boy. He leads Swadloon and I lead my pre-burned, flare boost Sia Tizio. A single gust is able to get the one-shot, and then switch to LingLing on Dwebble, who takes twice as much from the burn as he does from Smackdown, but some simple vital throws in return take out the crab without trouble. And then as his ace Livani comes in, it's back to Sia Tizio on some Razor Leaves. A high roll crit would have been bad, but we make it through, and a quite effective gust gets the one-shot. New badge, new friend, and now it's Yingjingjia the Pincer. Also, isn't it a little weird I've got a bug type with all fighting type attacks and a fighting type with all normal type attacks?
Your Hitmonlee displays more self-confidence than others of his species.
I mean, he shouldn't. He's done jack shit in the playthrough so far.
I'd like to test my theory by battling you. Do you find this acceptable? Yes, no. Either way, I'll be waiting.
So why did you give me an option? Anyway, chop, Chorus dealt with. Oh? Wide lens? Wait, are we literally just stealing this old man's glasses? Always remember to get the TM for dig, kids. It's so useful. Wait, I'm the second person to ever talk to you out here? In 2 years, no one talked to you. I think you need a therapist. Oh? My favorite phrase for everyone to hear? I'll go with wa'ani. What do I say when I'm impressed? I'll go with :3. Anyway, I go take a Ferris wheel ride since I miss N. It's just not the same without him.
Hehe, my baby's kicking. Maybe it's enjoying the view.
Oh, I ain't the father, lady. I think it's Rioli Man, not me.
Hehe, my little one sure is moving. Must be having fun.
I can't deliver a baby up here, lady. Why did you get on this ride 9 months pregante?
Hehe, that was a lot of fun. It might not look like it, but I'm a mom.
Lady, there is birthing butter all over the carriage. We need to go to the poker center and then run.
But today I managed to relax enough for 2.
Yes, I'm also surprised there were twins. You should name them Xavier and Amanda. Oh? Jietui wants to learn high jump kick? Well, not without the old man's glasses. And with Yingjingjia now learning X-Scissor, we finally have a bug with Bug Stab, and a non-LingLing fighting type with Fighting Stab. Also, Shia Tizio can now evolve into Big Balloon Boy, so great team improvements all round. Gym 4, Elisa, and we only won last time by the skin of our teeth with one very yummy crab, so we're gonna have to be careful. She leads Emolga and I send out LingLing. I get the fake out for solid damage, then, predicting the Volt Switch, I Vital Throw to hit the Flaffy down to red. Now as Elisa heals, I go for Dig, which gives me an extra turn of leftover recovery while getting the one-shot. Oh? A status condition? Is for me? Emolga comes back out, so predicting the Volt Switch again, I go for an increased damage Vital Throw, hitting Zep's Striker way down into the red. Digs are now a bad idea since I have to hit through 2 turns of paralysis, so after the Zebra eats up its berry, I eat a Resisted Pursuit for 10 damage before hit a return for the kill. Now with just Emolga left, it pursues me for less damage than leftover heals as I get paralyzed. It then smartens up to use Volt Switch as LingLing now breaks through for the knockout. And while she wasn't looking, I got away with a perfect crime. And no one will know. Ah, shit. No, I don't know where your purse went. And no, I don't need security to escort me out. Dang it. Anyway, embracing my new evil side, I get to pick up Emogorf, the Houndoom, as my next unlock, giving some excellent fire and dark coverage. It's just a shame all these moves are physical. In fact, I'm going to try him out helping Signora Jas. Nah, this theme still ain't great.
And I bullied it so much over the last 2 years to toughen it up, too.
Now, I'm no expert, but this probably means you either shouldn't have bullied it, or you didn't bully it enough, as it currently isn't the correct amount of bullied.
And Bianca gave us Fly. Thanks!
I'm a heartbreaker. My name is Charles. I'm a heartbreaker. My name is Charles. Riding a bike and becoming the wind fits a bad boy like me. Man, looks like the king took the breakup a little too hard. Anyway, across the bridge I go. Oh look, an old plasma grunt and a new grunt are fighting. Please tell me it's about the themes. Might as well come steal Pokemon with us and take over the world. The people who are mean to you will now be groveling at your feet and saying how great you are. Hey! Stop talking, you Team Plasma trash! I used to be part of Team Plasma. I have various kinds of incense. Yeah, since all your faces look similar, I think there was a lot of incensed in your upbringing. Also, I love they all kept the costumes. Could you please look after this, Zoroa? Yoink!
We're thieves!
We stole a balloon!
And yay, your Tien finally evolved into a Gothorita in time for the gym battle. Clay leads Krokorok, and I lead Jietui. And it's time for some kickies. Even after an Intimidate, a reckless wide lens high jump kick still gets the one shot, and does solid damage to the incoming Sand Slash as we just take a bulldoze. I then switch to Sia Tizio on a Crush Claw, and now we bait the Rock type move, so it's safer to switch to LingLing, as it ends up just being a missed rollout. And then fake out for some Chip to put him in Hyper Potion range, and we Vital Throw for free, doing under half. We're still at full health, although Clay just goes through Resisted Fury Cutter, which leftovers heals. A Crush Claw then does some Chip as we take the Sand Slash down. Excadrill now comes out, hitting a Stab Metal Claw that crits, hitting us down into the red. Thank goodness I didn't pre-status this battle. A Vital Throw then takes care of the beefy mole, so my worries about losing a friend can subside and we can—
Too bad, cause he's still alive!
Okay, as Excadrill heals with its berry, I am both thankful the Sand Slash fumbled as much as it did, but also getting my pants as to how to deal with this. I switch to Yingjin Jia on another Metal Claw and pray I can take a Rock Slide. The rocks fall down, and we live on 5 HP, so now my worries can subside.
Too bad!
From bad to worse, I have exactly one play. I switch to Your Tien on a Slash, and it's obvious I cannot take another one, so hoping to bait the Stab Ground move, I switch to Emorgor the Houndoom, which ends up being a Slash to pop my balloon.
We popped the balloon!
And thankfully I outspeed, so my worries can actually subside. I need my happy place to relax. New friend, and it's Shibida Baba the Vullaby. Okay, I think this one's staying in the box for now. Or better yet, I'll just give it to the wild one in the desert to look after. Well, while still in Driftvale, I'll decide to take part in the city tournament, and in doing so, Jietui actually misses a wide lens high jump kick. Remember kids, 99% does not mean 100%.
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
I'll be sure to drill that into my child's test scores one day. We then have to climb aboard the Plasma Frigate and help Monsieur Jas clear out these grunts before the Shadow Triad teleports us back to land. Hey Jas, I'm not sure what you're complaining about. I love the ability for someone to teleport me to a place with amazing music. Oh hi, Volcarona! Wait, the Rocky Helmet. Abandoned here. Does that mean the man from Game 1 died in a cave accident and I'm picking this off his remains? Rest in peace.
This is so sad. I'm not dead, you idiot. He was cut down in his prime.
Oh hey, the Dealing Research Station got to have a little party with all the forms. Glad the Doge budget cuts didn't affect it. Oh hi, Cabalion. You know, for someone who's made of steel, you sure are elastic on those bounces. Gym 6 with the Shadow-approved Skylar. She leads Swoobat and I lead Emorgor. Quick Stab Expert Belt Feint Attack gives us the early lead. Next is Swanna, but we have the quad-effective Thunderfang for another easy one-shot. Last is Skarmory, but we have the Stab Firefang, so with 2 of those, the badge is now ours. And this gives us access to our new friend, Kaiwuja the Vibrava, and I gotta say, I was so excited when the randomizer gave me this Pokemon. Of course I had to name it that. And yoink, Wisp and Shadowclaw TMs. Will I ring the bell? Well, the Pokemon of Unova didn't like it last time when I rang it. Let's hope they're friendlier to me this time. Interesting X-Scissor stayed in the same place. Perhaps Protagonist 1 just put it back when he was done. I get to fly with Skylar? Don't mind if I do. Okay, to be fair, that was the safest plane Boeing ever made in the past 10 years. And Shard, man, I can finally teach a special stab Dark Post to Emorgor. And Rocky Helmet Man, you're alive! You didn't die!
So I'm not dead.
He's in denial. That's what happens when people die.
And your Tien can now evolve into their final Hot Topic form. And a Toxic Orb for free guts! You've been waiting for this day? Your 1000th opponent? You're in a 999 win streak? Well, I wouldn't want to ruin your day, and... Oi! You won't let me pass until I crush your dreams? Well, I can just Fire Punch the Meadowland and then just Vital Throw this loser Ukario. Beh, beh, beh. Boah. Eek, I'm practicing, get out! Lady, I got no clue what at all you could be practicing for. Anyway, with the next level cap, I get to evolve Kaiwuja into his final beautiful antlion form. Perfect for the last resort into the 7th gym, which we're starting now. I lead LingLing against Druddragon, and a Guts boosted Ice Punch gets the one-shot. Flygon then Earth Powers for under half as a quad-effective Ice Punch one-shots. Finally is Haxorus, and rather than let it set up a single Dragon Dance, a single Ice Punch gets the one-shot. And that's the badge. Pretty sure a crit kills me there, but I guess it works out. Team Plasma's frigate attacks, and I gotta ask, are the sails just for show here? Since presumably there are jet engines of some kind keeping it in the air, and it needs the sails to catch the wind when it's in the water, not using the jets. But why have them out here? Won't they get damaged? Nope, not growing on me. How can this be? Is that the kind of power Pokemon have when they're not treated like objects? Buddy, replace Pokemon with women and I know the perfect app for you.
X is the home for free speech.
Oh yeah, new friend, and this one is Guizasho, the Magmortar. Great for the upcoming water gym. Wait, you're telling me the one gym in this game that doesn't offer you free water when you enter it is the one that is actually a water gym? Well, Marlin time, and he leads Caracosta and I lead LingLing. I first use Fake Out to break the Sturdy, since this thing can set up with Shell Smash and be an absolute terror. Then, in case Marlin switches to Jellicent, I go for Thunder Punch instead of the Fighting Type move. And it's just not enough to get the one-shot, as he does indeed Shell Smash. I'm not sure why I thought he might switch. Very stupid in hindsight. Well anyway, after a Hyper Potion, a Vital Throw takes Caracosta down to Sturdy. Caracosta then goes for a Scald and gets a +2 crit. Easily the most embarrassing way I've lost LingLing so far. I can now send in Jiatway and get the Fake Out 1 HP kill, and then Wailord comes in. I go for a Stab, Reckless, Wide Lens, High Jump Kick, and it just misses out on the kill. But since Wailord isn't faster, another hit gets the kill next turn. And Jellicent now does come out as I switch to Yingjingjia to eat a Stab Skull to 60 HP before my Citrus Berry activates. Since it did 73 HP, I should barely be safe to a crit, so I click X Scissor to score some stab damage as Skull comes out, and crits. Well, at least LingLing has some company in the grave. Emorgor can now come in and hit a Stab Expert Belt Dark Pulse to finish off the Jellicent and get us the badge. But losing LingLing hurts, right in my soul. If only we had a specially tanky mon that could sponge hits and dish out electric attacks.
Oh, hey Norm! Look who decided to show up!
Everyone say hi to Bing the Regice. Well, at least we can use LingLing as a HM corpse now. I'm sorry, LingLing, that we're using your rotting carcass as a flotation device for Surf. I hope you're okay with it. Well, now we board the frigate once more with Senor Jas, and as for the theme... Nope, still not growing on me. TM67 Retaliate? No. Don't make me remember Tweeg and Rogami. Oh, the Magmarizer. Now I can evolve my... Wait, I already have it evolved. Oh, they've got Kyurem trapped.
You're a zookeeper?
No, that sort of legitimizes it,
You're a poacher!
Yes, I'm a poacher.
See? Jets to fly, these sails do nothing. And Ice Beam, Bing will now have a useful move. It's chorus time, and I lead Jiatway against Magneton, and similar to Caracosta, I break Sturdy with Fake Out, and then High Jump Kick for the kill. Magnezone is next, so I switch to Bing to sponge the special hit, which ends up being a Thunder Wave. Now baiting Flash Cannon, it's safe to switch back to Jiatway, and we can repeat the Fake Out High Jump Kick combo as before. Third is Beheeyem, the literal worst Pokemon in the game, so I switch back to Bing to be able to handle this. We slog it out for a bit, as it becomes evident to me that Regice might be worse than one of the worst Pokemon ever created. So when we get within crit range, I make the safe switch to Emorgor on a Psychic and take the KO with a Dark Pulse. Metang and Klinklang then go down to a Flamethrower apiece, and that's Metal Boy dealt with. Whoa, you beat Chorus. I pretended to be strong, but I don't have any Pokemon. Oh, your ass is so getting fired, my dude. Oh, Getsus. I was wondering what you think of my me-en fanfic. And there's even one chapter that includes the reader in the action.
How fortunate for you. However, such filth will not exist in my empire.
I guess you are kind of the master here.
I have a memory that has continued to haunt me.
Oh, my fanfic wasn't that bad, surely. Oh, now he's killing me for the fanfic I wrote about his son. And you saved me! Check out my fanfic, I know you'll love it. Ignore the fact it might get banned in the new regime, because it won't.
Oh, but it will!
Well, what about my French version? Lemon. Well, when life gives you lemons... So how will I take care of this 170 attack statted beast and then immediately gets us after, you might ask? Step 1.
Let's go gambling!
By using a fake out and then risking the high jump kick with a fighting gem, we are able to get the KO without losing any HP. Getsus becomes so enraged that he actually breaks his cane here if you pay attention, but he sends out his creepy Pythagoras to my Jitway. But remember, since I used the fighting gem, I can now use Thief to steal the only other copy of leftovers in the game before getting toxicked.
Sometimes my genius is... it's almost frightening.
Next, it's to Imorgo as he fails to protect and a single Dark Pulse gets us the early lead. The Sinister Seismitoad is second and I switch to Bing on an Earthquake. This ends up critting and Bing gets taken below half. This much trouble this early on is a bad sign. But at least now baiting a Drain Punch, I can make the safe switch to Yuan Chen, who eats it up well. A Stab Twisted Spoon Psychic is then able to crit, and we are now 2 for 6. Getsus's Eerie Electros is third and threatens with Crunch. I gamble we can take one, hitting a hard Psychic for over half before a Crunch hits us for 80 damage. So we were safe to a crit, but maybe not a high roll crit. This does mean a second Psychic will now get the kill. Next up is his Dastardly Drapion, with only one weakness. Ground. I directly switch to Kaiwujia on a Night Slash, although in hindsight the correct play is to pivot through Imorgor for less damage, as it probably would have Earthquaked if I brought him in. Although we outspeed here, so a soft sand boosted dig is able to hit for super effective damage and get the one shot. Oh no, please don't crit, please don't crit, please don't crit, please. Oh thank god. I could have easily been hard punished for sloppy switching there. Remind me to never say those two words together again. Anyway, Getsus heals as I crit a perfectly accurate resisted crunch, so that the following turn we're below ground when he attacks, and can now get the kill safely with a soft sand dig. And now it's time for Getsus's ace, his horrific Hydreigon. This thing is a monster and a Dragon Rush is incoming. Nothing wants to take it, so I switch to Jitway and pray he can dodge it or take it. He does neither. You were invaluable all game long. Thank you, friend. This is a very scary situation, so I send in Bing to handle it. I hold my breath as a rock slide comes out, and doesn't crit. Perfect. Now we just Ice Beam for the kill, and we can breathe easy knowing our friends are safe. Oh, he still has a toilsome Toxicroak! Since almost my whole team is damaged, I switch to Guiza's Show on a Poison Jab, and we take it above half. Great. Oh, it poisoned. Well, this flamethrower is now do or die, Guiza's Show, so show them why you got that name. And everyone lived happily ever after. Wait. Zoom and enhance.
Why is it still blurry?
I feel like my curse will forever be my opponents living on 1 HP. Well, I lose Guiza's Show as well today, a friend I didn't get to have for as long, but doesn't mean I cared any less. Imorgor can now come in and finish the battle. And now we have to say goodbye to our boy En and Zekrom for the rest of the game. Well, at least I can get the second copy of Leftovers off Jitway. Jitway? Where are the leftovers? Oh my god, Jitway, the Hitmodeler, you ate all the leftovers? Well, down to our last 6 teammates, so I guess Shibba the Barbar can now join the team. At least now they can evolve and be a bit more useful. You came. Oh, sorry guys, not sure how my me-en fanfic got in the script. This TM requires 4 HMs to get to. Better be worth— Taunt! Well, I guess Pokemon could do meta jokes.
And we just take a left here and holy—
Okay, not that way. Time for the final fight before the Elite Four. So let's see what you got, huge ass. He leads Unfazent and I lead Bing. The Swagger comes out, but Bing is able to see through the lies of the Jedi and get the Ice Beam one-shot. This then obviously brings out Embor. I switch to Yor Tien on the resisted Brick Break and I'm able to outspeed and get the one-shot with a Stab Psychic. Bouffalant is third, and it's time to dodge some crits. I switch to Sia Tizio on a missed Megahorn, and a wide lens Wisp is then able to connect, and we get hit with a half power wild charge for under half. Now it's safe to switch to Kaiwujo on an immune wild charge as the burn damage keeps building. A Stab Dragon Fang boosted Dragon Claw comes just shy of the kill, as a burnt head charge still does enormous damage. Semipour is last, so I switch to Bing on the resisted Surf. We then take a Brick Break for solid damage and dish out over half with a Charge Beam. But I don't want to lose my newest friend so close to the finish line to a crit, so I make the switch to Shibata Baba, and Jas somehow predicts it and goes for Rock Slide instead of Brick Break. Shibata Baba is one tanky girl, although this activates weak armor. We then Dark Pulse, and it doesn't even kill from there. And we risked the crit Rock Slide to do that. Damn, Shibata Baba, that's some disappointing weak damage output to go with that weak armor. I fire off one more Dark Pulse, as it turns out we could have switched for free on the Max Potion. I now switch to Yor Qian on a Rock Slide, and from there we risk the crit on a Surf, but are able to get the kill with a Psychic. That was surprisingly hard. At least we get the TM for Thunderbolt, so Bing and Yor Qian can hit harder than just Charge Beam.
Better luck next time. What a nice young man.
And just like that, we've made it to the Elite Four. I choose to take on Chantel first, as with Shibata Baba I think I have a perfect sweeper. I lead Sia Tizio though to set up a stockpile as Pythagoras just uses... Oh, a Wisp? Is for me? We then take a Shadow Ball on stockpile 2 and eat our Citrus Berry. Not one to gamble, since it's the first Elite Four member and all, I baton pass these stat boosts over to the star of the show, Shibata Baba, as we take a Shadow Ball. But that was a crit? Damn, she thick. From there we set up 3 Nasty Plots and a Tailwind as we get burnt and crit again, and then are able to click Dark Pulse 4 times. Our Tailwind does peter out as Golurk comes in, and we are 1 turn away from burn killing us, but after double checking the speed stats we are faster and we do get the kill before burn takes effect. Second, we're going against Caitlyn, who appears out of a magnificent flower like the beautiful goddess she is. I'm sorry, my queen, I would prefer to be sweeping you off your feet, but instead I shall be sweeping your team. However, since only her Reuniclus has non-electric attacks, we need to deal first with the Mushana, and then bait in the Reuniclus. I lead Imorgor, who hits a Stab Expert Belt Dark Pulse down to the red and gets hit with a Yawn. Okay, new plan, we gotta stall this thing out of Yawns first. So I spend the next 5 minutes of my life switching before I finally have my team awake and Bing takes the kill, baiting in Reuniclus. I can now switch to Shibata Baba and do the setup I need, dodging a Focus Blast or 2 in the process. 3 Dark Pulses, and then that's Caitlyn dealt with. Grimsley third, and I lead Bing against Liepard, since all his other Pokemon have super effective hits into Bing, so this is the most useful he'll actually be. We take a Fake Out and Night Slash before getting the kill with an Ice Beam. This then brings in Scrafty, and since we're baiting a fighting type move, I can switch to Yor Qian on a Rock Tomb? Oh, okay. Well, since we're definitely baiting a Crunch, I can switch to Imorgor on what indeed ends up being a resisted Crunch. From here we can use a Fire Gem boosted Flamethrower, which only hits into the red, and Imorgor goes down. I guess Scrafty's 115 defenses are a bit more than I was expecting. Well, after losing such a good boy, I send out Shibata Baba, who is quickly proving her worth. I set up a Nasty Plot as Scrafty gets fully healed, and from there a super effective Air Slash gets the one-shot. Crocodile is third, doing only 40 damage with a Dragon Claw, activating our weak armor as we hit an Air Slash for over half. Now with the speed boost, a second Air Slash can get the kill. Bishop is last, and while I wish I had either one of my fire types, I have to make do and hit Air Slashes with Shibata Baba. After taking an X-Scissor, we're now at risk for crit, so I switch to Kaiwujo, who takes under half, and from there we can hit a single dig for the KO. With only 5 friends left, we press on and start the battle with the strongest of the Elite Four, Marshall. He leads through and I lead Yor Qian, hitting a Stab Twisted Spoon Psychic for the KO and early lead. Mienshao is next, and I'm expecting a super effective U-turn. I want to keep Yor Qian healthy, since this is the most useful for her that she'll ever be. So I make the switch to Bing, and Mienshao goes for bounce? Okay. Well, we take that fine, and an Ice Beam hits down to the red. Expecting a heal, a second Ice Beam then hits back down to the red again. Since the AI doesn't heal twice in a row, I expect a high jump kick and switch to Sia Tizio, as Mienshao does indeed jump right through my balloon, and probably off this giant wrestling arena to his death. Conkeldurr is third, so I switch to Yor Qian on a Stone Edge that does under half. I can then take the one shot with another Psychic since this clown's special defense isn't actually that high. Last is Sock, and with Sturdy and Payback I need to switch to Shibata Baba in order to not lose Yor Qian. But since we're so tanky, we're able to take the hits that thankfully don't crit, and 2 Air Slashes finishes the Elite Four. Now we're one battle away from victory, and I've never actually faced Champion Iris, so this is going to be fun. I lead B against her Hydreigon. A flamethrower comes out, and just look at the damage 125 special super effective move does to my boy. It's nothing. Anyway, down goes the Hydra to an Ice Beam. Dragoon is second, except no he isn't, he goes down to an Ice Beam as well. Archeops is third, and without a great switch, I decide to roll the dice, and oh hey, look at that! Bing dodges a Rock Slide and takes the one shot with an Ice Beam. Aggron fourth, and yes, we definitely need a switch here. I send out my hero Kaiwager as they just autotomize. I just dig for the one shot as there's no sturdy to save you here. Lapras is fifth, and it's back to Bing to continue his sweep. An Ice Beam does nothing, as we're almost back to full HP from just leftovers alone. And now since we've got Thunderbolt, Bing just dodges a Sing and 2 shots for Lapras. The final Pokemon we have to beat is the Sashed Haxorus, and Bing is on a roll, so I just click Ice Beam as she Dragon Dances. Iris heals, and now without the Sash we take the kill, beating the champion with all our Pokemon at full HP. And now I've unlocked Challenge Mode, so the next run through I get won't be nearly as smooth. Iris now walks me down the Pokemon League steps, as Grimsley shakes my hand, Caitlin gives me a much appreciated kiss, and I'm not really paying attention to what the others are doing. Caitlin is all that matters. Thanks everyone for watching.
Bye.